Hopefully you're coming to me in 6 months and you're like, Bonk games, need more of them immediately. Great success. You know, sun's coming out right as we're saying this, so it's gorgeous. I must be doing something right.
Keep
I think
speaking. We're live here in Solana, New York City, and that view, man, is unreal. And I got the one and only Nam from Bonk. How you feeling, brother?
Doing well. Accelerate's been awesome. A ton of great announcements. Very happy with the vibe, and it's still beautiful out. It's supposed to be raining already. We're doing great.
So the vibes are high.
Yeah, very
Markets
very
are
happy.
high. Everybody's happy.
Markets are good. Everybody seems happy and enjoying themselves.
Internet capital markets are very much real here in New York City. Look, man, this is a big week, man. Lots of things are happening. I mean, I hear like, you know, mayor's having like a ball. There's things here at Accelerate from here to the other event. I actually pulled up to the other event by accident, and there's this just massive dog.
Was driving past, and there's just a little head peeking out over top of the freeway. It's been great to see. Gordo has made it from his home in Dubai. He's now out here for New York and is ready to welcome everybody to ship or die in a couple of days.
Did he have to get a visa to come through?
No, he has his shots. He's fine.
Oh, look at that, man. The ease of Web3, man. Yeah. We got to make sure the dog is taken care of. Man, a lot of exciting things have been happening with Bonk. Shout out to you guys from the Gaming on Solana account as well. You guys supported us. We had a massive success and really cool, and it's really cool to sit down with you. But tell me, what does the next 6 months right now look like? You know, Accelerate's just been something really fun, but Abu Dhabi's in 6 months as well.
Yeah, so the good news is there's no shortage of events and things to highlight on. So we are looking for not only how are we going to release more games, more products, things that are getting pushed out, both to increase like Bonk as a brand, right? Like something that you're spending, you know, more and more of a part of your day, but also just in terms of like what do we want to be able to create, you know, in order for people to use and for the exciting new areas. You know, tons of more trading bots continue to get pushed out. There's a lot of now like the work that we're doing with the fitness application with Moonwalk, and basically we're wanting to see, you know, what can we do to get Bonk just a part of people's lives on a day-to-day basis.
So you're saying product market fit?
I mean, I think you just make apps for people to use, and that probably gets you 90% of the way there.
Man, don't you love where we're evolving in Web3, man? Like finally, like we're like, yes, we need to get users to have products that actually work.
Well, it's either that or U.S. Treasuries on chain, or you know, all these things around tokenizing debt. I don't think that's a good fit for the dog, so we're doing everything that we can to make it where people are having fun, they're trying new things, they're getting exposed to the culture, to the experience, and pushing from there.
What's been one thing that you guys have been working on that you're really excited about that you've already shipped, and you know, you're spending more time than you thought you would be spending on it?
Not something that has shipped officially yet, but something that's getting ready to be released is going to be a new gaming title that we've been working with an existing Solana team. Very excited about getting ready to launch that one probably in the next couple of days. So it should be, you know, something great for the mobile gamers out there. Obviously, Seeker is getting ready to push and make their big thing.
Is there any alpha that you could squeeze out?
I mean, giving you little tidbits, just as much as possible. But it should be a way to bonk on the go as much as possible, and for you to get your hands on some more tokens.
Bonk on the go. Yeah. My God, I better push this video out in the next 72 hours. Or
yeah, we'll see how time gated this is directly for the announcement.
If I don't push it out first, man, you know how this stuff works, man. I got to be the first to the alpha, or else I get put behind the algo systems. No, man, that's awesome. Look, I love that you guys are very much thinking of ways to work more with the ecosystem, even gaming, but even outside of gaming. I've been seeing Bonk all over the headlines from the events, Bonk Fun, all these other things that are happening, the Bonk DAO and everything. It's really, really, truly cool that not only are you embracing it, but you're also, hey, how do we put ourselves to work? And I think that's the biggest thing. How do we keep growing? How do we see the community? How do we see evolution happening within Solana? But I have to ask you the million-dollar question. Why Solana?
So Solana's always been home for Bonk. We started it based on the ideas, you know, where we thought it was a place to deploy apps. It's a place to be, you know, build culture. It's, you know, it's my home. It's a bunch of the core contributors. It's their home, and it's just been the best place to deploy things. And I think there's a reason why you're seeing so many teams starting to transition over, whether it's just bridging or natively launching their applications on Soul. It's where people are. You know, sun's coming out right as we're saying this, so it's gorgeous. I must be doing something right. And
Keep
I think
speaking.
it's just the place to deploy deploy apps more than anything else. It's where you're going to find users, it's where you're going to find capital, and it's the place to be. It's exciting.
What does the next 6 months of the roadmap look like now that you mentioned gaming? But what outside of gaming, anything else that like you guys are very much looking at? Could have there been something here this week that you've already been saying to the team, when we get back, we have to think about like, this was a really cool product, maybe we could work with them, or maybe there's something that you see there's a fit for?
Yeah, there's a lot, I think, right now that's getting built on liquid staking tokens. So we've been running a validator for Bonk for the last couple of years. We pushed out an LST in Bonk Soul, and it's been something that's been good, but it needs to go to great. So taking a lot of learnings from a bunch of different teams that are pushing things out, figuring out how can we engage more with the DeFi community, how do we get more people holding on to Bonk Soul, how do we reward people more and more with the fees that are being generated inside of the Bonk ecosystem. I think how we make Bonk a little bit, not Bonk as a token, but all of the different Bonk products more active in the DeFi space and more interconnected with all the great teams that are building here. That's the goal for the next 6 months.
I think we need more Bonk merch, man.
Oh God, so much merch. Please, as much merch as possible.
Hey man, who's ever in charge of the Bonk merch definitely needs like high five and drinks on me.
Good.
Because
we will pass it along at the event.
Let me tell you something. I remember at Singapore, like I saw you guys, and there was like a line out the door, and I was like, man, this line is worth every minute of my time.
The Bao Bao folks have been killing it out of Hong Kong. They've done great work. Obviously representing myself, but we'll get you some as well. I actually had the Bonk socks on this morning, and I was like, I didn't think the fit looked great because I'm a Florida man, and then I was like, all right, I won't wear the Bonk socks, but if I knew I was gonna run into you today, man, like that would have been too coordinated. Would have been too on the nose.
People would have been like, "Oh, these guys planned it, scripted.
Yeah,
this guy was early." And then they're gonna say these early creators, they always get the alpha, and I'm like, "Nah, man, I just ran across to you." Look, man, I think it's really cool to hear again, once again, where you guys are heading and everything. But Accelerate here in New York City. Outside of this, outside of Web3, what are you doing around here in the city? Is there are you taking anybody out for drinks, food, restaurants? Are you going sightseeing, climbing the Empire State Building, getting your steps in?
Yeah, definitely getting my steps in, right? Doing as much as possible for Moonwalks. We've got a big charity game getting pushed around to help out with the Bonk for Paws organization. So raise money, help dogs. Easy message to get behind. A lot of what we're doing right now on the Bonk side is we're making a very heavy push inside of the United States around the regulated financial products for Bonk. You're obviously seeing Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. We're waiting for the Solana one.
Bonk ETF?
One of these days. Bonk ETF is something that's, we've been talking about. We've put in the application with the folks over at Rex Osprey. Really great feedback from the SEC. Waiting to hear, what else is needed to do in order to make something like that happen. When will it happen? No idea. Sun's coming out again, so God, I'm hoping that's a sign, and at one point, we get to say when Bonk ETF, now Bonk ETF, but I think we got a little bit to wait.
My God, man, is that alpha or what, man? Oh man, I don't know. You messed up my head now, man, because now I'm like thinking like the dog, and I'm like doing the woof woof. Look, man, I saw the dog. There was actually a real dog you guys posted.
Yeah, so that was the New York Bonk. He was here hanging out, enjoying the conference.
There's a New York Bonk. What's the name?
All Shibas can be Bonk.
We need the name for the.
No name, no ticker. We're keeping it. Ticker's Bonk, name's Bonk. We're keeping it very clean and easy that way.
I love it. We almost had him. All right. Look, man, Nam, I really do appreciate you always coming in and always support. And I always want to support Bonk because you guys have been an OG in the space, but also somebody that's always been thinking about, hey, how do we collaborate and work together? Abu Dhabi, 6 months from now. What do you think we're going to run this back in 6 months? And what's one thing in the next 6 months that we should definitely be, dude, we talked about that 6 months ago, and now look where it is today.
I mean, I hope the answer is the ETF. I'm really looking forward to things that we're working on DeFi. Hopefully you're coming to me in 6 months and you're like, Bonk games, need more of them immediately. Great success. That's my goal.
So it's not the merch.
Oh, there'll be merch. We'll be fine with it.
All right.
Now I'm worried about the merch more than anything.
Nam, what's the plug? What should we be following? There's Bonk, Bonk like fun. There's Bonk like everything dial. Bonk like all these things happening right now.
Yeah. If you're not already following the social media accounts, it's Bonk Inu on Twitter, official Bonk Inu on Instagram. Continuing to push as much out as we can through there. There's a bunch of other social accounts that you can find based on that. More products coming out. Keep your eyes peeled, and more ways to use Bonk.
Dude, you might become like the next Amazon because you just keep shipping and shipping and shipping.
Just
like,
vertically integrated dog coin. That's
like
the goal.
I need the vest soon and just be like the Amazon Prime guy. You ship the next day. Like next day shipping is like with Bonk.
Well, we just want the brand to be a part of people's lives. We want the dog to be everywhere, and we're trying to be the best on Solana. So thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Dude, the dog.
Yeah.
Nah, always a pleasure, man. Thank you.